All right, so we finally got the 2025 year-end real estate stats for Maui. I know a lot of you have been waiting for this, and we put together all the data and wanted to review it with you. 2025 was an interesting year. We saw some different dynamics from what we've seen the previous years, and what does that mean for 2026 and beyond? So I'll jump right into it here. Wanted to just run through the main market indicators, and then I'll give you kind of my thoughts at the end. So median sales price for single family homes, basically flat. It was down 0.5% to 1,295 for the island. Closed sales volume was down 8% on the year from previous year. So, not bad. 708 sales total for the island of Maui. Here's the big difference. Inventory levels are up about 15%. We got 450 homes on the market now. And this is something that we, have gradually been seeing. Inventory levels have been creeping up. The single family home sector has been quite a bit more stable than the condo market here. That's for a few different reasons. So I'll jump into the condos. Median price on condos down 23% to 692,000. Closed sales volume down 18%. Almost 700 sales, 699. Inventory levels on condos up 18.5% year over year. That's back to about 2019 levels for reference. So everyone's been, kind of freaking out about inventory climbing. We have all this inventory. We're really just entering a more stable balance on inventory levels. 2020 through 22, 23 saw a rapid inventory decline when the market was on fire. Things were just really hot, almost nothing to choose from out there for buyers. Now we're getting back to a better place, in my opinion. Condos are seeing the largest effect from Bill 9. Many of you know that is the short-term rental legislation that was recently passed. They're looking at taking all the apartment zone condos, converting those to long-term rentals in 5 years. That did pass, so that can still potentially happen, but we do have lawsuits filed, and there may be some shifts in that. There's also the TIG report, which has a list of properties that would be exempt. So that's still a bit of an uncertain, shift in the market. We don't know what's going to happen there, but that is driving a lot of the increased inventory and softening in pricing. So just something to note there. Land, median price on land down 27% year over year. Closed sales down 20%. My opinion is the drop in the land market is due to increased building costs. It's just become much more difficult to buy a piece of land and build a property on it than it has been previously. So people are still doing it, it's still happening. I think once we have some more stability in interest rates, that will help. That'll help all segments, especially land. And if we see some stabilization in material costs and the overall construction market, which I am seeing, we're actually just starting to build our own house, and we are seeing some softening there. So that's encouraging. As that market stabilizes, I think, land will, that market will come back a little bit. So hope for that. What we're going to do in future videos, we're going to release videos diving into each of the markets we focus on and picking apart those stats as well. Those are coming soon, so keep an eye out for those. We'll be touching on Wailea, on Kihei, on the North Shore communities, Haiku, Paia, Kula, Makawao, and West Maui. So keep an eye out for those. That's the breakdown for the island-wide info. And if you ever have any questions, as always, reach out. Aloha.